Assalamu alaikum, marhaban bik. All of these three verbs on this board, we want to make an addition of a powerful letter to each of these verbs and see how their meanings will change. So the addition is hamza. You see this hamza that I'm adding at the beginning of each of these verbs, it will entirely change the meaning of each of these verbs. But before that, first, this verb dhahaba here, which is the first verb, what is the meaning from what we had discussed earlier? It means he went. So dhahaba means what? He went. The word jalasa, it means he sat, because these three words are for the third person, male singular. Kharaja means he left, or we can say he went out. So since these are the meanings of these three verbs, and you can see that each of them has three letters each. So all of them, they have three letters. This means that these verbs are from the triliteral verbs, which we call the as-thulathi al-mujarrad. Now what we want to do here today is that we want to make addition of this hamza to each of these verbs. And you know, the moment we do this addition, these verbs will no longer have three letters. Rather, their letters will become four each. So having four letters, does it change the meaning? You will get to know that right away. So let's move down the board and bring the first verb, which is the verb dhahaba, below, having the letter hamza at the beginning. Now we said the letter hamza is what we want to add. So if we should add the letter hamza to this verb jalasa, what we will come up with as a verb will be ajlasa. So the answer would be ajlasa. Okay, we are beginning with the second verb. Sorry, not the first one. The first one is dhahaba, but we begin with jalasa. So the verb is what? Ajlasa. So hamza has been added to the word jalasa. And we said jalasa earlier, it means what? He sat. He sat. Now that the verb the hamza has been added to this verb, you can see that the formation of the verb has changed from jalasa to ajlasa. The first letter of the original verb is now having sukun, while the remaining letters maintain their vowels. So we are having ajlasa. What is the meaning of ajlasa? Ajlasa simply means he made to sit. He made what? He made to sit. So if you look at the difference between these two verbs now, the first one, he sat. Who sat? The person himself, he sat. But in the second verb, he is transferring that action. He is making someone, or he makes someone else to sit. In order to make this more understandable, let's put these two verbs into perspective, or into two sentences. The first one, which is the verb jalasa, in a sentence, we'll say jalasa aliyun. Jalasa aliyun, which means Ali sat. Aliyu sat. So Ali sat down. He sat. Now, in the second verb, after the hamza has been added to it, we now have what? Ajlasa. Ali ajlasa. Look at it. We now have ajlasa aliyun khalidan. Ajlasa aliyun khalidan. What is the meaning of this sentence? It means that Ali made Khalid to sit. Khalid to sit. Which means Ali made Khalid to sit. Ali sat Khalid down. Can you see? The first one, jalasa aliyun. Ali sat by himself. This action was done by Ali. In the second, ajlasa aliyun khalidan. Ali made Khalid to sit. You can see Ali is not transferring the action of sitting to Khalid. So Ali is the cause of Khalid sitting down. From here, we came to what? The type of verbs that we call the transitive and the intransitive verbs. The intransitive and what? Transitive verbs. What are transitive and intransitive verbs? Transitive verbs, they are al-fa'ilul muta'addi. Muta'addi in the Arabic language. We'll come to their meaning. Then Intransitive are al-fi'lul lazim. Al-fi'lul lazim. What is the meaning of transitive and intransitive? Transitive verbs are verbs whose actions are transferred to from person to the other. Their action require an object. Do you understand this? Their action requires an object. But intransitive verbs are verbs that do not require objects. Let's go back to the two sentences we have formed. If you look at the first sentence, Jalasa Aliyun, Ali sat. The Jalasa here is the verb and Aliyun is the subject, that is the performer of the action. While in the second sentence, if you should look at it critically, you will notice that here, Aliyun is still the subject, the performer of the action. But here it required Khalid, which is now the object. In the Arabic language, we call it what? The maf'ulun bihi, the receiver of the action. So the verb jalasa does not require an object to make a complete meaning. So when we say jalasa aliyun, it is a complete sentence, a complete statement. Ali sat. But the moment if we had said ajalasa aliyun, Ali made to sit. Who did he make to sit? So that's why we require the Khalid, which is coming as the object. So you now have what? Ajlasa Aliyun Khalidan. Ali made Khalid to sit. So what has caused the transfer of this action? It is the hamza as a letter that has been added to the triliteral verb. In order for you to understand this better, let's bring the first verb now, which is the verb dhahaba, into a sentence so that you can understand this better. Let's go down yes, here we are. So now we also have the verb jalasa. Look at it, the verb jalasa, which means, okay, let's put it in a sentence. No, not jalasa. We have done jalasa. Let's go with dhahaba. I said, yes, dhahaba. We have the verb dhahaba. So we can say dhahaba. Which name do we use? Let's say dhahaba hamzatu. Dhahaba hamzatu. Hamza went. Let me write the meaning for you. Dhahaba hamzatu. Hamza went. So here Hamza went. But in the second sentence, we will have adhaba. Can you see now? Hamza has been added to the verb dhahaba to give us what? Adhaba. So now we'll say the adhaba hamza to. Who did he make to go? We can simply say aliyan. This time around, aliyan. Now, what is the meaning of this second sentence? Let's try the meaning. Adhaba hamza to aliyan. It means that Hamza made Ali to go. Hamza made Ali to go. So he is the cause of Ali's going. He made Ali to go. Now, if you are to look at these two sentences, each of them has a verb, and these are their verbs. Dhahaba, and the second one has the verb adhaba. I hope you are following. Adhaba. Each of them has Hamza too, and Hamza in the first sentence is serving as the fa'il. In the Arabic, we call this the subject. Hamza here is also serving as the subject, the fa'il. Subject means the performer of the action, the initiator of the action, the doer of the action, the subject. But in the second sentence, an addition of the word aliyan has been done. And Ali here is coming as the maf'ulun bihi, as we call it in the Arabic, which means the object, the obj. Now the object is the receiver of the action. The consequence of the action of Hamza was received, or it happened on Ali. So Ali is coming as the subject of the sentence. Again, let's take it again. Dhahaba Hamza to Hamza went by himself. But in the second sentence, Hamza did not go. Rather, he made Ali to go. So instead of making a long sentence, it is so easy for us to add Hamza to the original verb of triliteral verb to make it what? Transitive verb. This is to say that the word dhahaba originally is an intransitive verb, meaning its action does not require an object to complete its meaning. However, the word adhaba as a verb being a transitive verb right away, which is al-fi'l al-muta'addi alladhi yata'adda fi'luhu ila al-maf'ul bihi, whose action transfers and it transfers to the object. It requires an object. So here, the first one does not require an object. It only requires a subject. But the second verb requires a subject plus an object in order to make what? To make a complete meaning. So, ذهب Hamza to Hamza went. أذهب Hamza to Aliyan. Hamza made Ali to go. So this is the power of this Hamza that has been added to the verb. So these type of verbs in the Arabic language, they are the verbs that we call al-fi'lu thulathi. Look at it. Al-fi'lu thulathi al-mazid. Al-fi'lu thulathi al-mazid. Three literal verbs. Look at their meaning. It means three literal verb with addition. With what? With addition. Because the verb originally is a three-letter verb, but now it has an addition. And this type of verbs, they appear in different patterns. There are some that it is only one letter that has been added, like this one that we have just used here, which is the word adhaba. Now, in order to make it still clearer, let's bring the last example, which is the word kharaja. Let's bring it here into a sentence. Kharaja. So here I can simply say kharaja Muhammadun, which means Muhammad. Okay, this is not right. Okay, yes, good. Let's go. Muhammad kharaja Muhammadun, which means Muhammad left. Or let's use Muhammad. How am I writing my M? Muhammad went out. Went out. Good. Then in the second sentence here, I will simply say akhraja. Look at it. I will say, because hamza should be added to the verb now, I will say akhraja. Akhraja Muhammadun Williama. Williama. Look at it. Akhraja Muhammadun Williama. This means that Muhammad sent William out. It means Muhammad made William to go out. Is it Williams or William? Williams to go out. Can you see? So the first one, kharaja Muhammad. Muhammad went out by himself. Here the verb kharaja only works with a subject, a performer of the action. So Muhammad performed the action of going out. He went out. However, in the second, akhraja Muhammad made to go out who? William. So William is serving as the maf'ulun bihi, which we call the what? The object of the sentence. While Muhammad in these two sentences is serving, they are serving as what? Fa'il, the subject of each of the sentence. If this is taken, we are saying that kharaja is an intransitive verb, which we call al-fi'lul lazim, while akhraja is a transitive verb, which we call al-fi'lul muta'addi. And what has made the word of these three verbs, kharaja, dhahaba, and the rest and the jalasa, to become transitive is the addition of the letter hamza. So, meaning the verbs which will come in the pattern of af'ala. Look at the pattern af'ala. They are considered to be what? Transitive verbs. And we say transitive verbs are al-fi'lul muta'addi because their actions require subject and object. The action requires the transfer of an action from the subject to the object to the receiver of the action. So these transitive verbs, if you, from what we had discussed in the last episode link, place that you can check the playlist and watch the last episode where we're discussing the formation of the past tense verbs and even the present tense verbs, you will see that forming these same verbs into their past tense form will also follow the same rule. Because for the third person that we have used, the verb will simply be what? Adhaba. Look at it. Adhaba. So he made to go. If it is for the female, it's what? Adhabat. Adhaba, she made to go. If it is for the second person, it will be adhabata. Adhabata, you made to go. I can say adhabta Muhammad, you made Muhammad to go. If it is for the second person female, it will be what? Adhabati. I can say adhabti Fatima ta. You made Fatima to go. If I want to say I made someone to go, I would simply say adhabtu something. I made something to go. Adhabtuhu. I made him to go. So the formation of the past tense verbs will be the same. But when we come to the present tense formation, the huruful mudari'a or mudara'a, which is the letters of the present tense verb as we discussed earlier. What are the letters? We have hamza there, we have nun there, we have ta, we have ya. These letters, they are the letters which begin a present tense verb. The only difference with the formation of the three-letter verbs is that this huruful mudara'a, they will now be taking what? Dhamma instead of fatha. We know that the word dhahaba, which means he went, the present tense form will be what? Yadhabu, which means he is going on the other formations. But the verb adhaba this time, look at it, adhaba. The present tense will be what? Yudhibu. Use what? Use the hibu. So this is the difference. Ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to increase all of us in knowledge. Make sure you always revise. And all of these words we have used, put them into practice. Listen to the Quran and read yourself so you can see how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has used some of these formations to form meanings. I hope I've been able to benefit you. If you have done, make sure you like, share with your friends, consider hitting on the join button below to join our membership in order to get members only content. Ila an naltaqi, until we meet again. Assalamu alaikum.